Hello and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. We'll spend some time discussing XRP. I'll discuss the path to Federal Reserve membership as well. Kaspersky reports a 40% year-over-year increase in crypto phishing attacks. In a typical phishing assault, hackers try to trick investors by creating phony versions of genuine company websites and contact channels. When users comply, attackers get unauthorized access to their cryptocurrency wallets and any assets stored within them. It's like seeing an ad for Brad Garlinghouse offering 100,000 XRP for free. No XRP will be given away by Brad. Obviously, this is a hoax. But the only thing going for it here is upward. Recently, however, I've had the sneaking suspicion that some of the folks who are advocating for regulation of cryptocurrencies may also be behind some of these scams. Please share your thoughts in the reply area. One of the funniest tweets I've seen so far. I just had to tell you. When law enforcement is underfunded, criminals turn to crypto frauds. Virtually all cryptocurrency activity was illegal. Simply put, there aren't enough police officers to go around. That was easily one of the day's funniest reads for me. The government, I thought, should combat inequality and rekindle the American dream like Jamie Dimon, Warren Buffett, and Elon Musk all advocate for. Now, because Jamie Dimon says so. I don't believe it for a second. It's the same guy who wants us to give up our personal belongings while he maintains his. They're also destroying the American dream. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, recently warned that deteriorating financial conditions portend a dark future for the US economy. He also predicted that things would deteriorate significantly before they improved. The worst part is that not only is inflation making everything more expensive, but at the end of the year, we also have to pay taxes on top of everything else. And perhaps they ought to do away with income tax altogether. It would be a win-win situation for once. They are really hammering this agenda home now, you see. Hillary Clinton was dragged into it as well. You can tell they're all in on this crypto thing if they're reaching out to her to join the hunt. Clinton cautioned that the emergence of cryptocurrencies could have a destabilizing effect on the United States by reducing the dollar's status as a reserve currency. She continued by saying that cryptocurrency mining and trading may seem exotic and interesting, but they pose a threat to the security of both smaller and larger nations. Let me tell you something, it is not cryptocurrency that is threatening the US dollar, it is the BRICS countries. It's the worrisome rate at which new currency is being printed. The constant outflow of funds from the country doesn't help matters, either. The U.S. Treasury Department has just declared crypto to be a threat to national security. True or false? Gold currency is also being used by criminals. It's possible that the Treasury and the Fed are the true danger to the country. They want to force us into a CBDC, which is why they are pushing this agenda. But now you see how the crypto industry is being portrayed. They insist on treating it as if it were the worst investment opportunity in history. Holy war, Elizabeth Warren's crypto is another option. In the run-up to her third Senate election, she is pinning everything she has on this. Elizabeth Warren has made her opposition to cryptocurrency a core tenet of her policy agenda. Having said that, I still don't think she'll end up losing the election. The reason she is so anti-crypto is that she can usually count on the backing of her fans no matter what she does. She comes out and says it, and I don't think she understands what prohibited crypto is all about. That's why she dislikes it just as much. The SEC is being used, and suddenly the Treasury, the Fed, and even former politicians are all speaking out against cryptocurrency. Suddenly, the SEC is using investor education materials to pursue an anti-crypto agenda. Now Gary will explain why an educated investor is better off financially. But how should newcomers to the cryptocurrency market allocate their funds? When he says that every cryptocurrency is a security except Bitcoin, that means that you shouldn't invest in crypto at all. That is the crux of the matter. When it comes to staking programs and interest-bearing products, the SEC has strongly recommended that US-based cryptocurrency exchanges adhere to applicable securities regulations. The day he attacked staking was the most telling evidence that he is hostile to ordinary investors. Keep it in mind. Staking is a simple way for a regular investor to gain money. Don't forget how often we discuss the possibility of future passive income. This is accomplished through staking, lending, and borrowing your cryptocurrency to make other investments. But he's trying to stifle any chance that the average investor has. The SEC is suing a Ripple group led by J.P. Morgan. We also know that J.P. Morgan had something to do with the lawsuit against Ripple. We're still waiting for some of these records to be made public, but the SEC appears determined to keep us waiting as long as possible. As Dighton put it, Justice Torres' timeline of court decisions in Ripple vs. SEC. A summary judgment could be issued earlier than May 6th. Now, how many of you really think they'll finish up the entire Ripple case by May 6th? The general consensus is that it will be postponed. Truthfully, I dislike discussing it. Many people think you're too invested in this matter. Really, I'm not. All I'm doing is updating you on the latest developments in this area. This will give you an idea of the current situation. In this way, you may track the progress being made, though I expect there to be further delays until FedNo is fully operational. Maybe. Us on this tax day, crypto investors face new obstacles, such as the IRS new reporting standards and the CFTC's investigation into Binance. When politicians and the SEC won't speak out against cryptocurrency, the next logical step is to resort to the Internal Revenue Service IRS. Also discussed is the importance of disclosing cryptocurrency holdings to the IRS. People on crypto-related Twitter are always claiming things like I'm never going to report it until they have regulations put in place. Yet the IRS has a mechanism of tracking Bitcoin and crypto transactions, and they display it in a guide. As a result, the IRS is learning more and more about crypto dealings. As of the year 2022 specifically, the IRS budget was significantly increased specifically to combat tax evasion. Cryptocurrency has been singled out as a primary priority for the more than 87,000 agents being hired to ensure tax compliance. What's the reason? They're curious as to how much cryptocurrency you and I have. That is the crux of the matter. They really want us to leave the crypto industry. They fear new investors and people with the financial wherewithal to maintain their cryptocurrency holdings. Along the way, they want to tax us to the hilt. When that is unsuccessful, they introduce the Restricted Act. Already, crypto has been targeted for eradication, and Bitcoin CBDCs are on the horizon. FedNo will launch this summer under the Restrict Act's legal framework. Put an end to that. Put an end to the restraining action. Do you have access to a computer or smartphone? Do you own a home video gaming system? Do you pay your bills online or with the PayPal Cash app? How about a Google Home, an Alexa, or a Ring doorbell? When did you first get into Bitcoin? Have you ever voiced political disapproval in an online forum? Do you or your company engage in online advertising, online shopping, social media, cryptocurrency, or utilize products that contain imported components? 20 years in prison and a $1 million fine await you if you do. Now, I think the Restrict Act is being used primarily to regulate crypto, though it has broader applications. They could put whatever they wanted in there. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. They may retroactively amend their Restrict Act to cover brand new innovations the day they appeared. 70% of Americans worry about making ends meet. This is exactly what I expected to happen. This is what I anticipate will occur. I'll tell you about it in a second. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Recession forecasts have been updated in the latest Fed minutes. Also, the rate of unemployment has risen. Recession, increased unemployment, and slower than trend growth are all things the Fed is predicting. Is there any potential danger? At the March meeting, the staff predicted a slight recession commencing later this year and recovering over the following 2 years, with the unemployment rate rising beyond the staff's estimate of its natural rate somewhere in early 2019. The Federal Reserve has never been able to anticipate a recession. Is this something new, or has the recession begun? I think a recession has been going on for a while, but the way he's been talking about it makes me think he's trying to make an emergency out of it so he can get his way with the Fed right now. They're attempting to convince people that this isn't a CBDC even now. I still think it's the beginning of a chain reaction. And I want to discuss this today because I feel compelled to demonstrate this history and the current state of crypto because they're all precursors to this. Ultimately, I anticipate that critical circumstance occurring between now and July. Then the Fed goes live and miraculously solves everything. But what I think will happen is that Fed currently will fail. They're suddenly in need of a rapid answer. So, what is this answer? RippleNet and the XRP network. Because the United States Federal Reserve has recently begun accepting instant payments in exchange for Volante, VOLP, and XRP, that is exactly what this has the potential to become. Every path ends up at XRP. It doesn't matter how it kicks off, but XRP will eventually be associated with it. The International Monetary Fund IMF is developing NET, a giant central bank, and everything is connected to XRP and Ripple. I think the price of XRP is going to explode at some time, which is why I encourage you to keep holding. Time will pass anyhow, and the only question is whether or not you'll still be holding on when it does. Everyone wonders how they may turn their XRP holdings into a fortune. How much XRP do I need to have in my wallet before I can call myself a millionaire? The key is how long you can go without selling your investment. I still think nobody should sell their XRP because it has so much potential for passive income in the future. Over time, more of them will appear. However, we're getting closer. But I'm going to end this video here. I appreciate everyone who has tuned in. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.